Assalamualaikum students. You are welcome to SPSC e-lessons. I hope all of you are fine and doing good. As you know that we have been talking about the fundamentals of chemistry and we had seen some basic definitions and the chemical species. So in today's lesson we will talk about some chemical species such as representative particles of elements and compounds. And then we will study the units for their quantities. So our second topic will be Avogadro's number and mole. But before going into the detail of these topics, let's see the difficult terms and sight words. So the very first sight word is substance. It is any component of matter. It can be pure or impure. Element is a pure substance. Atomic number is the number of protons inside the nucleus. For example, in hydrogen there is no neutron but one proton and one electron. So we can say atomic number of hydrogen is 1. Atomic mass is the mass of an atom of an element which is measured in atomic mass unit, AMU. Molecular mass is the mass of molecule of a molecule. It is usually measured in grams. Mole is that quantity of a substance which contains 6.022 exponent 23 particles of that substance in it. Start the topic representative particles of elements and compounds. You know that a substance is a component of matter. If it is pure substance, then it is known as element. If it is made of two different types of elements, then it is known as compound. So in both these elements and compounds, there are present some atoms or molecules or formula units. So these three entities are known as the representative particles of elements and compounds. Water exists as molecule while carbon exists as atoms. Now you have to identify the particles of elements and compounds among these 6 components or diagrams. Now how can you differentiate between elements and compounds? You have to keep one thing in mind, that the atoms are of same size in an element but they are of different size in a compound. So according to this strategy, you know that you can see that in A, C, D and E, atoms are of same size. So we can say that these are the elements. While in case of F and B, there are atoms of two different sizes. This one is bigger, these are smaller. Similarly, this one is bigger, these are smaller. So you can say that B and F are compounds. Molecules can be classified as monoatomic molecules or polyatomic molecules. As the name is indicating, monoatomic molecules are having only one atom in them. And these are very rare, and only the inert gases, the noble gases, form their monoatomic molecules. These gases are helium, argon, neon, helium, neon, argon, krypton and xenon, etc. Then there are polyatomic molecules which are made of 2 or more atoms, which are having 2 or more atoms in them, and the examples can be hydrogen, oxygen, nitrogen, HCl or ammonia. These all are made of different atoms. Different atoms, then more than 2 atoms. 2 atoms in some cases. Let's talk about the quantity of these representative particles. So how can we count them? Just recall, how do you count shoes? As you know, shoes come in pairs, so you prefer to count them in pairs. Similarly, how do you count oranges or eggs? You definitely count them in dozens. By dozen you mean a 12 number. Alright, so similarly, how do you count papers? Papers are counted by a ream, and by a ream you know that there would be 500 papers in it. So how a number of possible representative particles can be calculated or counted? Let's see. So for this purpose, scientists has devised an experimentally determined quantity and which is known as mole. So our topic is Avogadro's number and mole. So mole is an amount of a substance which contains 6.022 exponent 23 particles of that substance in it. This experimentally determined number is known as Avogadro's number. It is represented by capital N and A in subscript. A pair represents 2, dozen represents 12, ream represents 500. Similarly, a mole represents 6.022 exponent 23 particles. Can be ions, atoms, or formula units or molecules. As mole is a quantity. So let's see that how can we measure this much bigger quantity. We cannot count the number of particles. So what do? We weigh them. And when we weigh them, what happens? Firstly, consider this example that if you have 12 oranges and 12 eggs, when you say 1 dozen eggs or 1 dozen oranges, you mean 12 number in each. But when you weigh them, will there be a same mass? No. The mass of 12 oranges will be different from that of 12 eggs. So similarly, a mole of carbon and a mole of sulfur will also have different masses. The masses will not be same, they will be different because the atoms of sulfur can be lighter than that of carbon. This mass of 1 mole of a substance is known as molar mass because it is the mass of 1 mole of a substance. The masses of 1 mole of different substances can be different, but the number of representative particles in 1 mole will be same for all the elements or compounds. What will be the mass of 1 mole of sulfur atoms? It will be equal to 32.1 grams. What will be the mass of 1 mole of carbon atoms? It will be equal to 12 grams. So what is the atomic mass of carbon? It is actually 12 atomic mass unit. And what is the atomic mass of sulfur? It is 32.1 AMU. So when the atomic mass is written in grams, this is known as gram atomic mass. Similarly, when the molecular mass is written in grams, this mass is known as gram molecular mass. For example, the molecular mass of water is 18.016 AMU, but the gram molecular mass of water is 18.016 grams. Similarly, that of glucose is 180.096 AMU. So its gram molecular mass is 180.096 grams. And these quantities contain 6.022 exponent 23 particles of these molecules. So it indicates that the gram molecular mass is actually the molar mass, or molar mass means that the mass of 1 mole of a substance. You can define gram molecular mass as the molecular mass of a substance expressed in grams is called gram molecular mass. We know that ionic compounds are represented by their formula units. So mass of one formula unit is known as formula mass. So formula mass of ionic compounds, for example, NaCl is 58.5 AMU, but its gram formula mass is 58.5 grams, and this quantity also contains 6.022 exponent 23 formula units of sodium chloride. So we can say that gram formula mass is the mass of 1 mole of a formula unit, or in better words, an ionic compound. Formula mass is defined as the formula mass of a substance expressed in grams is called gram formula mass. Let's do a comparison between these three quantities. So the very first difference between these three quantities is that gram atomic mass contains 1 mole of atoms of a substance. Similarly, gram molecular mass contains 1 mole of molecules of a substance, and in gram formula mass it contains 1 mole of formula units of a substance. The next difference is that the gram atomic mass contains 6.022 exponent 23 atoms, while the gram molecular mass contains 6.022 exponent 23 molecules, and the gram formula mass contains 6.022 exponent 23 formula units. And thirdly, all these three quantities represent the molar mass of their substances, of some substances. So we can say that mass of 1 mole of a substance expressed in grams is called molar mass, or a mole can be defined as atomic mass, molecular mass, or formula mass expressed in grams. This is all about your assignment 12. I hope this video will help you in solving your assignment. See you in the next assignment. Till then, take care. Allah Hafiz.